Mission Impossible 3, review. Mission Impossible 3, 3.5 stars out of 4. What kind of scale is that? Why would you do 4 instead of 5? I don't understand this. Cole Trickle can climb. This was a callback. I had to look this up because I didn't understand it. Apparently, he played a NASCAR driver named Cole Trickle. Tom Cruise did. So there's a little callback for those of you who are over 30 in the audience. I've said it before, I will say it again. Every third movie in a series is a cash-grabbing pile of crapola. Well, that's kind of an overarching statement. I mean, not all third movies are that. When I think of one, I'll let you know. Better than 2, though I've had to go back and watch it a few times lately to remind myself why I didn't like it all that much. Honestly, I think I was just drinking too much the first time I saw it. It's decent. Don't drink and watch new movies, people. Unless it's an 80s movie like The Labyrinth or something, which is better when you drink. Too long, too unbelievable, too tame for adults, and too impossible. And I didn't like the way it was filmed in close-up. May appeal to early teens? I don't understand. Are they saying, like, because this was written recently, is this supposed to be like TikTok or social media? Like, oh, filmed in close-up because that's what the kids like. This is filmed in 2006, before we even really had a lot of social media. Formula checklist, gratuitous running, being disavowed, an IMF traitor, and hanging splayed from a wire mere inches from the ground. It's all here. Again, I mean, it's called a formula because it works, man. I am getting tired of like the IMF traitor plotline. We have had 6 movies, and that has played into almost every single one of them. Get a new plot. My 4th favorite Mission Impossible film. That doesn't tell me anything if you don't tell me like what your other 3 top ones are. I could agree or disagree with you. We had the De Palma film, then the ridiculous John Woo entry, so for this one, we went for a rebrand, MI3. It's a bit more serious with the late Seymour Hoffman playing a genuinely cruel bad guy. I always kind of forget that Philip Seymour Hoffman died because he was so young, and then I see, you know, things that remind me of it, and it just makes me really sad. Mildly cooked popcorn summer feature. I don't understand if you're saying that the popcorn was mildly cooked or the movie was mildly cooked, because there were so many explosions in that movie, it was not mildly cooked. Well done. 3 out of 10. Mission ridiculous, am I right? An hour removed from watching the MI3, and I couldn't tell you a thing about the plot, but I can tell you I was never bored. The Mission Impossible series has perfected the art of making movies that require no thinking, just lots and lots of explosions. Sometimes I really just do want to watch a movie and not think. Not enough Philip Seymour Hoffman. Upon a rewatch, I actually agree with this. Like, he was so good in that movie. There's not nearly enough of his acting in it. Okay, this is where spoilers for the movie begin. If you haven't, it's been 15 years, but if you haven't seen it, you don't want spoilers, stop watching here. Hunt is bored, settling into his new life. He is now engaged and keeps his former life secret. After he gives in and accepts a rescue mission, he gets sucked back in. This pisses off baddie Philip Seymour Hoffman, who plots his revenge. This is not what the plot of the movie is. This is the plot of the movie after it's gone through telephone 100 times. I don't understand how this person watched the movie, wrote this review, and wrote that down as the plot, because that's not the plot. Elegantly directed, but adamantly opposed to envisaging any mark of distinction from the previous films. The mundane plot is ludicrously similar to every other espionage film, and the moments of character exploration are unsophisticated and unpersuasive. Half a star. Nobody freaking cares about your review. Get out of here with your pretentious ass. Next. Mission Impossible 3 is a retread of the original, but I cannot deny that I had a good time with the film.
This movie, I will get on my soapbox here. I don't have anything to stand on. I will get on my soapbox here. This movie is nothing like the first one. I love the Mission Impossible films. And I understand that 3 through 6 are basically just the same movie over and over again, but it is nothing like the first one.
The story improves slightly while the action escalates, throwing crews around like a rubber ball. This is one thing I noticed while watching the movies. It's kind of fun, is they just make Ethan Hunt do things that, like, he dies like 10 times a movie. Like, there was one movie where he literally falls off a motorcycle at top speed with no protective gear. Like, he's dead. He is dead right now. It's called Mission Impossible because a good deal of the scenes are all impossible. These include getting out of handcuffs in a split second using a pen and acquiring base jumping gear in no time. It's literally the title of the movie, Mission Impossible. That's the point. If it was possible in real life, they wouldn't make a movie out of it. The second best one, with the most substance. Okay, again, this gives me no context if you don't tell me what you think the first best movie is. Because if you're like, the best movie was the second one, I think you have a crappy take here. A great third movie in the franchise that slightly suffers from the shaky cam epidemic of the period. There's nothing funny about this one. I just wanted to talk about shaky cam and how once when I went to see The Bourne Supremacy in theaters, I had to stop watching because about halfway through I started getting nauseous and I almost threw up in the theater because the shaky cam was so bad. Tom Cruise plus action plus explosion plus guns and bullets equals epic. Simple math, really. That's why that's basically the only movies he makes now. 1 out of 10 stars. This mission was impossible. Tom Cruise is short, lol. Okay, Tom Cruise is a little short, while I don't condone making fun of anybody's appearance, ever. What's funny to me about this is that this guy's a super reviewer. I don't know exactly what that means. I assume that means he writes a lot of reviews. And for Mission Impossible 3, a really good movie, he decided to just write 3 out of 5 stars. Tom Cruise is short, lol. This film talks about a group of secret agents and they spy many criminal people. The film is very fun and the missions are very difficult. That was a great summation of the plot, thank you. Good movie, but wanted Ethan to die at that one scene at the end of the movie. You wanted him to die? It would have been a really good ending. Very surprising if they actually killed him off. I know it's a popcorn flick, but it had so many chase scenes, I forgot what they were chasing. Back on my soapbox. It's okay to like popcorn flicks. There's nothing bad about popcorn movies. I hate the term, but there's nothing bad about that. There can be good things in popcorn movies. I give the reviews for Mission Impossible 3 like a 5 out of 10. You guys all take these movies way too seriously. It's Tom Cruise and things blow up. It's fun. I always kind of forget. Sorry, let me catch my breath before I start talking. If I die, don't put that in the video, please.